think that one way to identify your center is it's sort of the cultural center of people who say "cha." So let's all say "cha." So my main character in The Girl in the Tangerine Scarf's name begins with a "cha." It's Khadra. Khadra. There you go. So I'll just read some bits from that. And the first bit is from her childhood, which is not the same as my childhood. Okay, it's not autobiography, it's a memoir. And then I'll read a bit from her 28 years later, or 25 years later. So the family's first winter in the new land. Her family has moved from Syria to America. Khadra's parents took the children for a drive up a rocky mountain ridge. The snow gave a halo to everything. It was a season of wonder. "Look up there," her father said as they turned a corner. Tall, grand houses were padded with white down and outlined in colored lights, gable and turret and door. "And look down," her mother cried, pointing. There, spread below them, was the city, pinwheel after pinwheel of light, spinning gears of light. This was amazing. This was America. The children marveled, but the parents were young themselves and could hardly believe they were looking upon the world from these dizzying heights. They were a galaxy away from home for the first time in sober young lives spent mostly within a small radius around Damascus. Danger abounded. Pork was everywhere. At first, the young couple thought it was merely a matter of avoiding the meat of the pig. Soon their eyes were opened to the fact that pig meat came under other names and guises in this strange country. Sometimes it was called bacon, and other times it was called sausage, or bologna, or ham. Its fat was called lard, and even in a loaf of Wonder Bread it could be lurking. Bits of pig might appear in salad. Salad! Imagine! And in Jell-O had pig. Hostess Twinkies had pig. Even candy could have pig. Pig meat was filthy. It had bugs in it. Khadra's parents said, that is why God made it haram. If you eat pig, bugs will grow and grow inside your stomach and eat your guts out. Mrs. Brown, the kindergarten teacher, poured the candy corn into a little flowered plastic cup on Khadra's desk. Khadra said, I can't eat this. Why not, sweetie? Mrs. Brown said, bending low so her white face was next to Khadra's. There's a pig in it. Mrs. Brown laughed a pretty laugh and said, no, there isn't a pig in it, dear. Are you sure? I'm positive. She was so pretty and so nice and so sure. Khadra ate the candy corn and put some in her pocket. But when her brother Iyad saw the candy corn on the bus, he said, oh, you ate candy corn? Candy corn has pig! Nuh-uh! But it did, and it was too late. Khadra was tainted forever. If she lived, that is. She was ashamed to tell her parents. She waited in horror for the bugs to grow and grow in her stomach and eat her guts out. Then she does grow up, after all, and she's 28, and she's gone to photography school in Philadelphia. She met Blue Frohlich when she was at the library, struggling with an assignment in structure and form and composition. Blue's short for Bluma, Yiddish, Blue said. She was from Brooklyn, pale with deep-set eyes and wide cheekbones scattered with freckles. Khadra and Blue discovered they were both emerging from the shell of a highly observant, Orthodox religious upbringing. Yeah, 1,000 rules for everything. That's halakha, too, Blue said. recognizing Islamic fiqh as a parallel structure to Judaic law. I get it. Christians in Indiana never, ever got it. Protestants found it so foreign and bizarre to have a religious law, the sort with rituals and specific rules and all. If they knew anything about Sharia, they equated it with stoning. Death. That's all Sharia was to them. Yet it wasn't that way at all. Just like American constitutional law, Sharia expanded and evolved and was meant to protect life and relationships and all that was good. So it was a relief not to have to explain every little thing about that to a friend who was an American. Cool to find an American who was not even a Muslim but got it. So, do you still observe? Lou asked. Sure. Depends on what you mean. Do you eat pork? No. But I eat meat from the deli slicer, Khadra said. Lou nodded. Khadra didn't even have to explain the deli slicer controversy to her. So do you eat pork? Do you keep kosher? Khadra asked. No pork. And kosher. On the toaster oven of kosher, I'm medium light. Hey, have you been to E Pluribus Unum? No, what's that? Another historical landmark? I've been to the Liberty Bell, Independence Hall. It's a food store with foods from all over the world. I'm going there anyway. So they go to the food store. It's not huge, just the size of a regular Kroger back in Indiana. But what a difference. In the same number of aisles, it managed to fit in a whole world of foods. The halal aisle is that way, Lou said. The kosher aisle is this way. No way, they have a halal aisle? Kosher sections Khadra was getting used to seeing in Philadelphia grocery stores, but halal sections never. Sure, her friend said. Here's the Chinese aisle. Well, there's also Korean, Vietnamese, Japanese, and Malaysian stuff. Care for some squid? Lou wrinkled her nose. Khadra wrinkled her nose and Lou laughed. Me neither. Okay. Cuban, Puerto Rican, Caribbean, aisle 2. Ethiopian we just passed, aisle 3, along with Sierra Leonean and Nigerian foods. And then there's Persian, Turkish. Well, the whole Middle Eastern contingent is aisle 4. She was going through the global groceries too fast for Khadra. Next, you've got your Indian cuisine. Whoa, look out! Khadra, gaping, had nearly sideswiped a pyramid of chutney jars. It's incredible, she marveled. You'd never see this in Indiana. Vegetarian, vegan, hey, whoa, hang on a sec, this is my aisle, Lou said. She scooped heaps of barley into a plastic baggie and took a sticker from the bin. Halal aisle they hit next. They found halal pepperoni and... What? Khadra said, halal bacon bits? How can bacon bits be halal? Here you go. It's imitation bacon. Lou read off the label. She made a face. Doesn't sound very healthy to me. Yeah. And then Khadra saw. Oh my Lord! She screamed! Right in front of her, gaily packaged in tangerine and yellow. Look, blue, look! Her friend looked bemused. Halal candy corn? She said. This excites you. Oh, but you don't know, Blue. You don't know. And she told her the story of the pig in the kindergarten candy corn and her first brush with eternal damnation and the despair that had grown like a malignancy inside her for so long. But now she would wear red ribbons in her hair, again red and yellow, and swing her legs high in the air. She hugged a package to her bosom and twirled she hugged too. And she danced for joy among the jars of coconut oil and tins of rice doma. This requires a shehichianu, you know, Lou said. A blessing for the first taste of a fruit at the beginning of its season. She recited the bracha over it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam shehichianu v'kenyanu v'higiyanu lezan hazah. Blessed are you, our Lord, King of the universe, who has kept us alive and brought us through this season. And they together ate of the candy corn, and it was good. Where Khadra and Blue repeatedly reached a wall was Israel. Religion was one thing, politics another. The Arabs had a chance to share land peaceably in 48, and they refused, Blue said coolly. What's with their greed? Right, Khadra said. So like if someone came to New York City and told you all at gunpoint to get the hell out of Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Long Island, and all the best land because they felt they had a right to own it. And looky, they would be generous and give you, Staten Island. You would just move over and share, right? Don't be ridiculous, Blue said. It's not like Jews up and came to Palestine. They've been there all along. A tiny fraction, and they were Arab Jews, not Europeans with different customs and a contempt for the locals. Both were incensed. They didn't speak for weeks. Then they ran into each other again on campus. Am I speaking to you? One said ruefully to the other. I don't know, am I speaking to you? The other said with equal rude. And they'd start talking about other things and it would be okay for a while. Khadra went to her first Seder at Blue's apartment. Blue celebrated a Ramadan iftar with Khadra, and it was good. Then a few meetings later, they got into Israel again, and a fight ensued. A few weeks later, one called the other. A meek voice said, "You talking to me?" Another meek voice answered, "I don't know, you talking to me? Why can't we just be friends?" One of them whined, "Shut up, we are friends." And they were. You know, you really need to go out and get another Arab friend besides me, girl. Yeah, honey, you need to get other Jewish friends besides me. Yeah, I can't be your only Arab. Yeah, me neither, you're only Jew. Yeah, that's too much pressure on us. Yeah, sugar? Yeah, 2 lumps. Yeah, they stirred and sipped and stirred.